my goodness.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Yags. And if you're a contender in the Western Conference right now, you need a plan for Victor Wembanyama before anything else. He's already breaking schemes, and year 3 is usually where dudes like this flip a switch. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about why every team in the NBA needs to be worried about Wemby. So the short version is he's 7'6" with an 8-foot wingspan, but he moves like a wing and handles like a guard. That combo is not normal. And it lets him shrink the court on defense and stretch it on offense all at the same time. And the tools, well, they're still getting sharper. Last season, he wasn't just bigger, he was better. His field goal percentage bumped from 46.5 to 47.6. His scoring climbed from 21.4 points a game to 24.3 points per game, and he made his first All-Star team. And that's all in his second year. The part that's scary is what usually happens in year 3 for most players. So in an interview that he said that he added about 30 pounds since entering the league. So he roughly went from 215 pounds to 245. And you can see it in the base, and now he holds his contact. And then when you add that he leads the league in blocks to that frame, and yeah, I mean, there's no real blueprint for defending something like that. Wemby's presence in the paint completely changes how teams play. Drivers start pulling up, lob threats get a little bit shy, and your best rim finisher suddenly changes into a mid-range player. That's not just blocks, it's deterrence. And he's doing it with discipline for his age. His blocks to fouls ratio, well, they're pretty balanced for a guy his age. The transcript basically says it outright. Defensively, there's no debate. He's already that guy. And the offense, well, that's catching up. And if it does, it's going to be a nightmare. The jumper leveled up, he's over 35% from 3, and the finishing from inside the arc, well, that went up as well. He's becoming a legit 3-level scorer with the paint still not fully tapped into. Once he starts living in the paint more consistently, well, the dominance, that's going to spike again. But I think the wildest stat are his 42.2% on transition threes. This was his third most frequent 3 type behind spot ups and pick and pops. A 7'6" center strolling to a top of the key pull up in transition, that shot's just there every single time. Over help, and he punishes you. Don't help, and someone else gets a layup. You gotta pick your poison with him. And yes, when people say KD finesse with a center's reach, that's basically what the tape looks like right now. So for a year or two perspective, at 21 years old, he put up around 24 points, 11 boards, 4 assists, and 4 blocks with 35% from 3 and 84% of the line. That's 2K-esque numbers. And he did that while being Defensive Player of the Year runner-up as a rookie, which personally, that should not have gone to Gobert. Oh, and this offseason, it wasn't just lifts and shots. He's been stacking movement and discipline work too. The whole kung fu thing that was going on with him, well, that's balance, that's coordination, and that's landing control. That shows up as healthier possessions, not just highlight plays like we're used to. And the Spurs seem like they finally set the table. So early Spurs basketball with Wemby was kind of try stuff and learn and see where you go from there. Now it's give him the right spacing, a real ball handler, and wings who can move with purpose. We got Stephon Castle, who has turned into a do-it-all connector. He defends guards, he pushes in transition, keeps the offense flowing. That's perfect next to a star who demands all of the attention. We got Carter Bryant, who they selected this year in the draft. He brings the rangy two-way wing stuff. Defense, rebounding, cutting, exactly the type of energy wing who thrives next to a generational rim anchor. You got Jeremy Sohan, who quietly had his most efficient scoring season, 70% within 3 feet, more confident handling from that point forward year, and mechanics trending up. You got Devin Vassell, still has those change the game in 5-minute moments, movement shooting, pull-ups, off-ball disruption. If the consistency keeps inching forward, that's a real two-way needle mover. But I think Vassell is one of those guys that they might move away from at the deadline because they got who? They got Dylan Harper, who they picked at the 2 pick. He's a combo guard who basically has NBA level scoring already. If he can develop next to De'Aaron Fox, it's going to be scary. And they've even plugged the no Wemby minutes with a true backup 5, actually 2 of them. So you have Lou Cornett, who they signed in the offseason, and you also have Kelly Olynyk, who are completely 2 different players, but they can give you those crucial minutes when Wemby is on the bench. This is the right ecosystem. Clean spacing, reliable ball pressure, multiple shooters and cutters, and a second and third big so you don't hemorrhage at the rim when Victor sits. Oh, and I completely forgot. You have De'Aaron Fox, right? Who they just signed to a contract extension. The speed demon that's going to make those pick and rolls completely unguardable for the San Antonio Spurs. If he can get it going and have a more consistent shot and show up at the end of the games, I mean, so how do you even guard this team? So here's what teams try and why none of it feels really good long term. So you either switch everything, Victor seals your guard, high points the pass, and scores before the help arrives. If you pre-switch, he pops a 3 in your face. So you got to do the math on that. You play drop coverage, you got a pocket pass, a floater or a lob, or your big steps up, and the weak side cutter, he burns you. You sit back in drop coverage, and the guard walked into a clean pull-up because you're terrified of the lob to Victor Wembanyama. You try to trap, well, he's too tall to trap clean. Over-the-top reads are pretty easy for him. You rotate perfectly, or it's a one dribble dunk. Rotate late, and it's a corner 3. And you want to run on him? Cool. Now he's a trailer 3. Remember the 42.2% in transition? That's a rhythm shot for him. Like, he will knock those down most of the time. So there really isn't a right answer. It's just the least worst one. And that's for now. But why should the NBA be worried? It doesn't mean that the Spurs are going to go 82-0. They're not perfect, right? It means that every serious team or contending team has to start with this question. Can we go 7 games against Wemby? Because any random night can go like this. Rim to turns nukes your shot chart. He quietly drops 30 with a couple of unguardable jumpers. And in 5 possessions, he swings the game, put back, pick and pop 3, lob, a block to a run out, and then a trailing 3 in your face. The trend lines and the work that he's putting in points one way. And if I'm a GM in the league right now, I want big wings who don't die on screens. A guard who can pressure the rim and shoot. And enough shooting that Wemby can't just sit there parked in the paint. Also, a bench big so his minutes off the floor don't become a layup line. And if I'm coaching against him, I'm drilling early, physical catches, hard help on the bounce, and living with the contested jumpers. Make the roll guys beat you, not the lobs or the easy layups in the paint. So yeah, the league, they should be worried. Not because Wemby's perfect, but because he's already this good, this young, and there's still so much space to improve. The Spurs finally look like they know exactly how to use him. But yeah, guys, do you think that year 3 is the takeover year for Wemby, or is he 1 year away? Let me know. As always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit those 1,000 subscribers. It really helps me out. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.